This is Jaden Gould, and you're listening to the Dan Sports News and Friends podcast.
This is Bilal Powell, and you're watching Dan Sports News.
No, Frank, and you're watching Dan Sports News.
I'm Edwards, and you're watching Dan Sports News.
This is Javon Cornell, you're watching Dan Sports News.
This is Elliot Cadone, and you're listening to Dan Sports News.
This is Maricino, and you're listening to the Dan Sports News and Friends podcast.
What's up, everybody? It's Clee Watt. You're listening to the Dan Sports News podcast.
This is Nicole Michelle, and you're listening to the Dan Sports News and Friends podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the Dan Sports News and Friends podcast. I am your host, Daniel Dan Sports News Flores. Don't forget to follow me on all social media at Dan Sports News to see my latest articles and interviews. Today's guest is Shawn Simmons, who is one of the top high school basketball players in the class of 2023, and he just transferred to Life Center Academy here in Jersey. Check it out. So first off, tell me a little bit about how you first got started in basketball.
I was always like a multiple sport athlete when I was younger. So I just tried out sports, and then I played baseball, football, and basketball. And then when I get to middle school, I just chose to stick with basketball, put all my time into it. I started taking it serious around like 7th, 8th grade.
So were you always like taller than all the other kids in school growing up and stuff like that?
Nah, I was usually like average height, and like not average, I was a little bit above average, but 8th grade I was like 5'9" when I graduated. And in my freshman year I grew like to like 6'3", and so that's when I really got taller than everybody after like that growth spurt. And after that I grew to like 6'6", and I didn't really grow anymore after that.
So tell me a little bit about that freshman year at Friends Central.
It was good. It was a good like learning year, and it was like showing that I could play with the older guys and compete and get a lot of good buckets, get stops, and not just get pushed around like a freshman. And to show that I could hold my own, and it made me like a better player all around with my teammates. Learn how to play with older guys and not just be with my age group from AAU and like middle school.
And you averaged 19.6 points per game, so you were a key scorer on that team. How was that being the leader of that team?
It was good just knowing that I could, being such a young age, I could just lead a team. And even I was younger, we had seen I could still be one of the leadership roles and not just like flying under the radar and be just told what to do all the time.
And how was it going against, some of the other top players in Pennsylvania? I know a school like Westtown with guys like Jalen Warley. You guys played against them that season. How was it just competing against other top teams from PA?
It was good showing that I could just compete against not just like regular everyday high school players and compete at the high level even before the AAU started, and just built people could expect for the AAU season.
Now, this offseason obviously was different because of COVID, but what were some of the things that you worked on in your game to get better?
I worked on just keep getting a lot of shots, making it more consistent, a lot of off-the-dribble shots, like moving into the mid-range. And I just worked on like a lot of just getting more fit and adding more muscle mass. And
I know you were at the Crossroads Elite Camp in Kansas. How was that?
The competition was good. Getting a camp during like a pandemic and still have good talent, not just like it didn't feel like a rush camp at all. So like it was like well thought out, and there was a lot of good competition. And I got to go out there, 3 of my teammates from the team they were in, and just like a good team experience for us.
And you were also at Pangos Fresh soft camp. How was that playing against some of the other top players around the country?
Yeah, it was good too. It was another camp with good competition. And it was just good playing against the East Coast players and playing against people that I grew up with.
Anybody stand out to you at that camp?
There was a few good players. I didn't really know too many names. I think that I already knew going into the camp, like Justin, that goes to Bonner, a lot of people that I just knew before. But there was a few people that I didn't know that had good games there.
And you play for Team Durant AAU. How is that, being a part of them?
It's good because everybody on the team, we all gel together on and off the court, so it just makes the game way easier. And we all know our roles, so it's like we don't force anything. And we all know everybody can score on that team. So one night I might have 20, next somebody else 20, and somebody else. So we don't really just force anything. We let the game come to us. And that really what led to us like not losing any games. And our coaching staff is real good to us. They always checking on us even when we're not with them in the gym during the spring.
So have you gotten the chance to meet Kevin Durant yet or no?
Nah, I just talked to him once with his dad. But his dad is our head coach, so I talked to him once before I was on the team. And he just walked through the program.
And like you said, lots of other talented players on that team, Jonathan Lamoth. How is it playing with other top guys on your team like that?
Because it brings like everybody that's not on our team that's not really known. It gets them like a lot of exposure too. Just with us being on the court, Like a lot of people on the team got offers already just from us being a known team. Like our few people, like Jamie, Raymond, a lot of people are like almost our whole team has offers. And it's just a good feeling to seeing everybody win on the team.
And even though the EYBL season was canceled, you guys still were able to play in some of the tournaments. How was that?
Because it was good seeing all our hard work from this quarantine. It was good to see it play out and then see how good we were going to be in the EYBL circuit.
Now, I saw a highlight clip. I think it was from the I-95 tournament. You had a really nice pullback dunk. Tell me about that.
That dunk, it was like a dunk to put the game away because we played New World. It was a championship game. We were playing 16. We were playing up the whole summer. We didn't play we probably like one team that was our age group, but we played 22 the whole summer. And then we was playing New World, and we were undefeated. Everybody wanted to beat us. But we were just like the younger team in the age group. In that game, I think we were up by like 1 or 2 points, and then we got a rebound. Amani kicked it out, and we got open three from Mason, and then it missed. I really have a good game in the game. I had like a good defensive game. I wasn't really scoring, but we had John was scoring a lot, and then Mason missed. And I seen the balls going up, I just dunked it, and like the crowd went crazy. After that, the game was over.
Now, is that something you do a lot, getting putback dunks and stuff like that?
Yeah, I usually crash with a rebound. I usually get a lot of putbacks or tip-in dunks, or just get the rebound and kick it back out, and we just reset the offense.
And that really showed your athleticism. That's one thing I've noticed about your game. 6'6", but very athletic, can jump out the gym. Who would you say your game is really compared to, like, in the NBA?
I usually watch a lot of Zach LaVine and Jason Tatum. But I mainly watch Zach LaVine. He's like the athletic two-guard like me, and he can shoot.
I kind of saw a little Cassius Stanley in there with the dunking ability and stuff like that. Could you see that as well?
Yeah, but he has major bounce, so his bounce is different.
Now, this season, you decide to transfer. You're here in Jersey, Life Center Academy.
Yeah.
Tell me about the decision to transfer there.
It was always, I took a tour there in the summertime because my trainer, Julian Dunkley, he just gave me the idea from me and Quadir. He was like, just take the tour there and see how like the school is. Deion Waiter's school. They have a good coaching staff that will put all their time into you and to see you win. And it was like they want to see you win and not just get wins. They want to see you develop and just not worry about team wins. And then it was like I didn't really think too much of it at first. And once Quadir went there, he was telling me about it. And then we worked out, me, Quadir, and Julian Dunkley. And then after that, we had a game. I wasn't even going to play. And I was just like, can I play in the game with y'all? And I called the head coach, Coach Keith. He was like, yeah, you can play with us. And then after the game, we played real good. We beat MCS. They won a public league championship in Philadelphia last year. And I was like, I like the way I fit in the team. I just kept playing all season with them. I had to make the decision.
And it's great to have you in Jersey now, another talented player in Jersey. In my opinion, New Jersey has the best class of 2023. DJ Wagner, Sim Wiltshire, guys like that, Akeel Watson, Mac McBago. New Jersey 2023 is crazy.
Yeah.
And you're going to be playing against most of those guys now throughout the years, other top players. What do you think of that?
I feel like it's going to be good just for me and my recruitment, showing them how I can play against people that's my age and how well I match up against them and even be better than them.
And you talk about Quadir Copeland, class of 2022. How is it just working out with him and practicing with him? Another talented guy.
That's my guy. We talk every day, even with not you and me able to practice together, but we still work out in the gym together sometimes. But it's just like we always bring the same energy. Like we never want to lose a drill. I'm going against him, he's going against me. We never want to lose. So it's like we always give each other 100%. We push each other and we make each other better. Like I got him full court, he got me full court. When we on the same team, like we just bring that dog out of players that make them want to be like us, like and not want to lose nothing.
And what are you hoping to bring to Life Center Academy this season?
I want to get a lot of wins, get a championship, whatever we could play that we go in the championship for. And I just want to see like other players on our team grow too with me and Quadir. And I just want to see a lot of players get known for coaches. You
talked about Deion Waiters who went there. He's now an NBA champion after this season. What do you think of that?
Yeah. I felt it was good, just like me being from Philadelphia, just another Philadelphia player getting a championship ring and bringing it back to the city.
So what are some of your goals for this upcoming season?
I was going to try to hit 1,000 points, but if I need like 20 games probably. I think I had like 500 something last year for like close to 500. But the way our season's going, we don't have a lot of games. It's going to be hard to do with a short amount. And I want to make more of our recruiting, get better, and I just want to improve as a player overall.
And it looks like the season's going to be starting in January, right?
Yeah.
Have they put out a schedule or not yet?
No, yeah, we had our schedule almost set in stone until governor came out.
Right.
And then we were going to play good teams like Camden, St. Benedict.
Yeah.
We were going to play a lot of like the top Jersey schools.
So you don't know what the schedule is looking like so far?
No, we were going to still try to play all the best teams like the St. Pat's, Roselle Catholic. Because our school, we can play whoever we want because we don't really go by the whatever it is, NJSIA or something like that.
Yeah.
Because we're an independent school, so it's like we could just play wherever we want. We're going to have a limit on games, so if we've had to play a team like 4 times just to get games and film out, that's all our coaches want to do is to get film of us to send the coaches.
Yeah, I was at one of your games last season. Well, LCA's game, Life Center. They came to Bergen Catholic and played the Patrick School in a tournament. I think it was a New Year's tournament. So that was always good. I don't know if they'll have it this year again, though.
Yeah, I seen that game last year. I think it was a ball. It's like some YouTube.
Yeah. I think St. Pat's were the Patrick School. They won by like 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I know you guys, you and Quadir are going to bring a different energy to LCA this year. New team and great stuff coming up for sure.
Yeah, we got good newcomers this season. We have me, Quadir, Landon. Landon is our big man. He's like 6'9". He can stretch the floor. He can dunk off the catch. He can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's a good rim protector too. Like we've had a lot of good bigs. I didn't see nobody score over like 10 points on him. He's a good rebounder too.
How many offers do you have right now?
I have 6 official offers.
Who are the schools that have offered you?
I have Pitt, Georgetown, Seton Hall, St. Joe's, LaSalle, and Temple.
And what schools are you hearing from that have interest with you?
Tennessee, Florida State, UConn. There's a few other schools, but most Villanova.
But any schools recruiting you harder so far, or anything like that?
I think the most school that's recruiting me hardest is probably Georgetown.
And what are you looking for in a school?
I want to be able to play like in a free system. That don't want a lot of sets. That just let us play and show our skills off. And I like to play like on a tempo team. We play man, like full court. I like to play defense. So it's like that's really the main. And then like a coaching staff that's real good. That wants to see you improve and not just force you. Just like fit in the system. And they want you to grow is like what you need to focus on and tell you. And then not just be like a yes coach and tell you like when you do something wrong, tell you right away. Because you really can't improve if you have a coach that disagrees with you all the time.
What kind of player are the college coaches getting in Shawn Simmons?
A person that plays defense, makes the right play all the time. He has 100% effort. He's real athletic, and just a good team player.
You talk about defense a lot. Is that something that you take pride in your game?
Yeah, I think really Coach Wayne from Tina Rand really brought it out of me like this past spring. Because I always could play defense, but he really just like told me how important it is in recruitment. And he's really like put emphasis on me like the whole practice. And once like I did it in practice all the time, it's just easy in game. And now I love playing defense now.
And usually in defense, well, in basketball, are you playing the 3 or the 4? Is that what you normally play?
I usually guard like the best player. If it's like for FC, I always guard the best player. But sometimes we play 1-3-1 zone. We did that at Tina Rand too, but it was like because on Tina Rand we have another good defensive player, Raymond. He usually guards the best guard, and I guard the best wing. So I usually guard like the 2 to 3. And yeah.
How would you describe your style of play?
I'm an athletic, like a good athletic 2 guard that gets the open shot.
And who's your favorite player in the NBA right now?
I kind of have 2. Probably Jacqueline and Jason Tatum.
Who's your favorite team?
I don't really have a favorite team. I usually just watch the game just for like to study up. I don't really have like a favorite team. But if I was to see one team, I'd probably Philadelphia Sixers. Just kind of pumping.
Who's taking it all this year? Who's going to win the chip?
I feel like the Lakers going to win it again.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like. Okay. And they have a lot of good returners. And they made a few good trades for the bench.
So who would you say was the toughest player that you had to guard?
Toughest player I had to guard? That was on a different team, or it could be the same team?
Different team. It could be in a practice, game, pickup, anything like that.
Probably when we played, I don't know, it was hard. Probably from high school last year, it was probably either Jalen Worley or I think the kid that was on GA. During one, he was a good guard too. But probably Jalen Worley because like he just changed his space real good. And I work out with him too, so it was like a friendly battle.
Yeah, I think Jordan's going to Villanova, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So what is your favorite shoe to hoop in?
Probably the Paul George ones. I have a few pairs of that URBL ones. Have the all black with the gum bottom. And it was my favorite shoe in middle school. When I first got on the basketball team, I think I was in 7th grade. That was my first shoe I wore for the first game. And I just like the way they feel and they're low top. I love low top shoes too.
And what's your favorite casual shoe that's in your rotation?
Probably Probably 990s, New Balance.
And before a game, what music are you listening to? What gets you pumped and hyped before a game?
I listen to a lot of Young Thug, Gunna, Future, and Lil Uzi.
And when you're not playing basketball, what are some things you like to do? Do you like to play video games and stuff like that?
Yeah, when I'm not working out, I used to play a lot of video games. I usually play with my coach from my life center. We play 2K a lot together, and we play Fortnite.
Who's your team in 2K?
2K, I usually use the Nets because they're a good 2K team. They have KD, Kyrie, and they have a good big man. They don't really score them in the paint.
Good luck this season and have a good holiday.
All right, thank you. You too, bro.